Hi, this is my Aura Magic Alpha 3 version. To start, I'm just going to go with the previous version first, because I didn't make a video on that, and mainly it was about bug fixes. So in that, I found two major-ish bugs where in my bench, the level 3 upgrade wasn't working, and the level 3, I think the secondary spell wasn't working. Then I had a problem with the magic spell animation. So that was all the bugs there. After that I found a few more bugs. There was a naming bug where you didn't get the correct names for some of the items. Now to start with the features, I replaced the starter NPC mannequin with a guy stuck in a pot. Now this NPC has got a whole lot of extra dialogue and stuff, like it's shown here. There's a ghost which comes out later on, but I'll show that in the actual full playthrough, which I'm going to do a little bit later on. Next I created 4 more prefabs. These are quite small prefabs, and that's done intentionally because I wanted the main prefabs to be a little bit varied. I had to make them all on stilts because I was having a problem with getting them to spawn correctly. They were only spawning on the side of mountains. And as you can see, the first one's like a little temple with a roof. And then these two are basically the same, they're just a little bit varied. This one's a bit bigger. And then I made like a very large one with lots of crystals coming out. So what I'm going to do now is I'll start a new world, and then you'll be able to see what the new NPC looks like. So I've just joined the world, and of course the first thing you notice is you're hearing a voice. So this guy will shake around, and when you walk away, I think he stops. Yeah, so when you get out of range it will stop, and then as soon as you come back in it will just do this until you talk to it. Then it'll tell you that it's stuck in a pot and it wants you to do a quest for it, and then just give you directions of what to do. And then you can decline the quest and then get sad. So it's got a few animations with that, and then if you talk to it and accept the quest, then I'll do that. Then if you talk to it before you get back, then it will tell you that. So it expects you to go to the Kweebec Trader, like it said in the dialogue there, and so let me look for one. It's usually like a forest. So over there, that's probably one. Let's see if there's one a little bit closer. There's usually 2 or 3 of them. I think it might be one there, but let me just mark this one. Then of course what you need to do is go collect plants. It says hay, but you can collect any other crops as well, but hay is the easiest one to do. Okay, I'm just gonna cheat. Where is it? Get there a little bit faster. See if I was actually correct about this. Yep, there we go. You can find them on a map quite easily, they're quite obvious. So then you need to go to the trader. And then what I've done is I've added so I need to just put it back in adventure mode. Let me just give myself life. Let's see if I can spell it correctly. Then it will talk to me, and then I've added this to it. There's only 1 in stock, and it restocks every 3 days. So potentially you could come back here and get more mana. It is a large mana potion. So I wanted it something a little bit more difficult to find right in the beginning. And then of course you can get the life essence from within the Kweebec village. That's going to pick up. Cheat! I think this is how you get back. No, hold on. That's if I type it in right. Home! There we go. Okay. And then if you talk to it, what it'll do is it'll actually take it out your inventory. So you see I've got one. And then, yay. So this NPC, the way it's looking, it'll just sit there and do that the whole time. But in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it move around and animate. I'm also going to change the face so the eyes can move and the hands can move. And I was thinking also another idea that I got is where it can maybe over time fix this whole structure up and change it into something else. And there'll be loads of quests and tons of other things. You'll be able to upgrade your levels from here and loads of other stuff. Anyway, so this is just the initial conversation. And then this is how you continue. So this is essentially what the mannequin used to say, but it's got a lot more information. Yeah, then this is just me saying what's going to happen next. But this dialogue will probably be under a wind dialogue, and to get there you'll need to go into a dialogue which will look something like this, where it will have all the little elements and you can click on an element and then do all the upgrades for that element and then get a description and go into this dialogue for wind. But of course in the future there's going to be loads of them. And let me just go next. I'll go do a bit of exploring around. Oh, you can already see something in the distance there. Okay, I need to put in creative mode. And speed myself up. Okay, obviously there's a mountain there. Checking the map. Okay, I'll just go up there. That's the easiest place to find stuff. So again, I haven't changed any of the places of spawn, so as you notice the stuff spawns everywhere. Let me just get a bit further down. Another one of those. Okay, so here's one of the new spawns. This will be actually quite nice to find. There's got loads of stuff on it. And, well, there's no gems, but I mean, you could potentially turn this into like a temporary base, put a roof on it, and it's got all these lights. So I wouldn't mind finding that when I'm playing. But you notice that stuff's not spawning everywhere like it used to. There is still stuff spawning, but it's a lot more sparse. Okay, yeah, there's old flower. I mean, it's all using random, so sometimes you do still get these things like really close to each other. Of course, the mountains have got more chance. The higher it gets, the better the chance, I think. So you'll get slightly more stuff on top of a mountain. Yeah, so there's one of those, there's that. Yeah, so if you are running out of this stuff, then what you do is you try to find one of these mountains in the ice area. And as you notice, there's quite a few things to run through here. I mean, obviously you got these like Yeti guys, which are a little bit difficult to fight. But by the time you get here, you should have about level 3, and kills them relatively easy. So this was a bit of a shorter update than my previous ones. Again, I'm just trying to get this in before the competition. So the competition entry closes, I think, in 2 days or 1 day from now. So I did want to add more stuff, but nearly everything I've been doing, I've been trying to learn how to do as I do it. So it takes a lot longer. But once I get the hang of everything, then I can start getting stuff out more often. I've got loads of plans for this little NPC. I'm going to make bigger versions of it, and I'm going to make it so it's part of the farming of the crystals, and there's going to be a whole lot behind that as well. And I've got loads more plans just for the wind alone. So stay tuned for what's going to come in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.